Let me go back to the women. They told me they have no boats. So I've lost it now, 1 second. Okay. They told me they have no boats, but the work our women do, the work millions of Indian women undertake every day, not poor ones, not rich ones, every single one of them. The work they do right now, as we're sitting here in this nice AC'd hall, they're building not only our boats, they are the waves. They are not only building boats, they are the waves. And I, for one, will not speak of growth without speaking of them. Our economic vision must be about more than money. It must be about compassion. We must envision a future for India that leaves no man and no woman outside in the shadows. Embracing the excluded is essential to the wealth of the nation. If we do not embrace them, we will all suffer. It's very simple. In a democracy, the poor have a veto. And we have to carry the poor and the weak with us. India will only move forward with inclusive growth that embraces everyone and is open and attainable to those inside this room and those very, very far outside. Now, there is a strong connection between harmony and growth. I spoke about this energy, this movement, and there are two ways this movement can go. It can go harmoniously, or it can go disruptively. And the idea of the Congress Party is that it should go harmoniously. Everybody should move together happily. There's a strong connection between harmony and growth. India has grown faster under the UPA because we have greatly lowered tensions between communities, made growth more inclusive, and fostered an environment of tolerance and harmony. Anger, hatred, and prejudice do not contribute to growth. Do not underestimate the benefits of harmony. When you play the politics of alienating communities, you stop the flow of movement of people and ideas. And when that happens, we all suffer. Businesses suffer, the seeds of disharmony are sown, and the dreams of our people are severely disrupted. Once begun, this damage takes a very long time to reverse. It is very dangerous to leave people behind. Inclusive growth is a win-win for everybody. We in the Congress Party have been systematically working on creating modern political infrastructure that provides people with voice. By lifting people out of poverty, using our rights approach, we are smoothing out a lot of these flows. As we move forward to meet these challenges, we must remember that we have a tendency in India to think about solving all our problems incrementally. This is a mistake. There are some problems that require exponential solutions. Whenever India has done well, it has done so not by incremental steps, but by radically transforming its structures. Look at our successes, from the Green Revolution to the White Revolution to the IT and telecoms revolution. All those successes were the results of exponential thinking. We're a brave young country. Let's break out of the mode of incremental improvements and get into the mode of generational shifts. Let's stop wondering how many colleges we can build, and let's start discussing what we can do so that the very idea of a college, so that the very idea of a university is transformed. This might sound idealistic to you, but I'm speaking very seriously from India's experience. Look, if we went about the telecoms revolution in the 80s by distributing telephones one by one and going slowly house by house, Sam Pitroda wouldn't be sitting here with us. He would be somewhere in Kalahandi distributing telephones. He wouldn't have that wonderful white hair. He'd be bald. I have no interest in going bald, even though it's looking pretty likely at this stage. So let's get in the business of smart interventions. Your voice and skill set has to go into policy in a systemic way. Sam Pitroda, Krishnamurthy, Sridharan, Nandan Nilekani, they all combined their skills with government to empower people and transform India. What India What India is thirsting for now is a visionary partnership, a partnership that incentivizes you to provide economic gains for the poor and the millions of aspiring middle class. It is only once this partnership is forged that we will generate the momentum to transform this country. The Congress Party is the only political institution capable of forging this partnership. It is the only party which is inclusive by design and whose core value is promoting harmony. We are committed to creating an open political architecture that is accessible to every Indian. Today we need to forge a new business compact, a new framework that responds to the 21st century. On our part, we will ensure a fair, rules-based and stable environment for entrepreneurs, large and small. An environment where businesses need not compete in the corridors of Harizina Hill, but compete instead on the streets and gullies of our towns and villages. An environment where businesses will thrive by innovating better products and services. The compact should bring the excluded into the economic mainstream. In such an environment, I invite business to help us unleash entrepreneurship and jobs at scale. In this compact, business would commit to play by the rules, protect the environment, and respect the rights of people. We are readying ourselves by developing a new political architecture which will incorporate in a systemic way all voices, including the voices of business. I've come here because I believe in you. I believe that this country cannot move forward without you. I've come here because I want to forge a partnership with you, a long-term partnership to take this country forward. Let us work together to build this brave, empowered new India. Adiji said in his speech that I am somebody who spends a lot of time with poor people. But I want to make one thing very, very clear. India cannot go forward without partnership, without working together. The poor are one component of our country. Business is another component. The middle class is a third component. We have to work with all these components. It's not good enough to say, listen, the poor are important. It's not good enough to say business is important. It's not good enough to say middle class is important or the powerful are important. This country is only going to move forward if we stitch together a coalition where we are all working together. And you're critical to that. Absolutely critical. It cannot be done without you. So that is my message. Thank you for coming here and listening to me. If you have any questions, I'd happily answer them.